Hello, my lonely singles in your own area, and welcome to another video. Today I'll just be watching more of the analog horror that I've been watching. That's called the Glendale Archives, which I really like. It's a really, even if it's not actually real, the thought of experiment of it is really, really interesting. Um, so yeah. I almost wasn't recording my computer's audio. That would have been not necessarily bad, but yeah, it would have needed to be there. Actually, why is my microphone audio turned all the way down? Hold on. All right. Okay. I usually have to turn the volume up in the editor, but if I just had it low the whole time for no fucking reason. Oh, I'm slightly mad at myself then. anyways, anyways, let's get on with the reaction.
A couple days ago, I decided to head south down the coast. Not only had my previous efforts to find other people failed, I was feeling cooped up in Big House.
Oh,
Wait, you don't think I'd already thought of that? Of course I'd want.
new footage, new footage, new footage.
Want some furniture in here. Well, I don't have them, man.
In the flashback, new footage in the flashback.
Manpower. I'm here by myself. What are you gonna do? Jump out of the little box and come help me? I hear you. I know you're the captain. Just shut up, please. Please. I've heard you 100 different. Please just. I'm sorry. So I did what anyone else would do when they're stressed. Go on vacation. I also needed to leave for a while because I think some nesters were beginning to suspect I was inside the house. I think some nesters were beginning to suspect I was inside the house.
That No, I did not. Wrong button. Wrong button. No. Okay, there's leaves in front of it, but I can't. It looks like it's made of light. It's probably just how the camera is, but it looks like it's made of light. And then there's also Mr. Whiteout, which was made of complete darkness. Or looked like it. How strange. It's not really a good, there's probably not really a good picture of it, but still, I'm looking through. Also, him and going crazy and talking to the cereal box is interesting. Maybe that's how he's gonna get, like, captured by one of these guys or killed. Cornered? I don't know. Not yelling at a cereal box, but like, um, Not yelling at a cereal box, but brain work. Yelling at inanimate objects. I don't even know if I pronounced that correctly. I probably need more sleep, but whatever.
I decided to go to my family's.
Okay, that one was just a guy. Is it the same guy?
I decided to go.
Yeah, that's just a guy.
Go to my family's old vacation spot down the coast. As a kid, it was a safe haven for me.
Actually, hold on.
These old
Hold on. I mean, I don't think that one before was the same one as this one, but like, he's okay. So you remember the dream face reveal? He does not look like him, or this does not look like him, but it's angling the head and smiling in a very reminiscent way of that. Also, what was the thing before this one? Same. Sorry if this is like a living one. I'm curious. No, that looks like a different one. It's got... This one's bald. I think. Okay. Is it bald? I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell.
I decided to go to my family's old vacation spot down the coast. As a kid, it was a safe haven for me. I didn't need a car, no tall buildings. The water was warmer than the air. I think being in my childhood home all alone has made me long for my people even more. Part of me even wonders if this is my house. If me and my siblings were ever really there. There's evidence of me being there, but it's always with a caveat like, the names me and my childhood friends etched in wood don't look the same.
Right there.
Home movies that I dug out of the ceiling are all scrambled. Out of the ceiling are all scrambled.
Sorry about the lag, I don't know how to fix that.
And I'll retrieve things from my childhood, only to keep misplacing them around the house. It was all getting to me. My plan was to come here, stay where we used to stay, go where we used to go, do what we used to do. I needed something familiar, so I packed up and left. But somewhere along the way, a relaxing weekend got swallowed whole by this world.
You know what? I'm gonna try to open this in OBS. Not OBS. VLC. I'll watch the video. I'll watch the video after to let the ads play, but like it's starting to get annoying. Okay, I think this should work better because YouTube itself is just laggy.
Go, do what we used to do. I
And
needed
it's,
something
like,
familiar, so
Close
I
enough.
packed up and left. but somewhere along the way,
There's also gonna be no ads because of the way I did it, but I'll go back and play the videos in the in YouTube itself to get the creator of their ad revenue if they are getting ad revenue. Honestly, they might not be actually verified with YouTube. I do not know.
a relaxing weekend got swallowed whole by this world. I was excited the day I left. I packed mostly everything I used to as a kid.
Okay, first I'm gonna bring my handgun. I carry this with me when I travel. It's light, but it fires heavy. I like the feel of the matte black finish and how it grips. It's simple, accurate, point, shoot. I only
Jesus.
use it for desperate measures.
I wasn't ready for that, but nice. Nice choice of weapon. Even if it's loud, it could probably kill one of those things quickly.
Because the sound can attract other nesters. Second,
Oh.
I need sound.
He talks about it anyway. Okay. He talks about it
Finish and
anyway.
how it grips. It's simple, accurate, point, shoot. I only use it for desperate measures because the sound can attract other nesters. Second, I need sound makers, which is just basically empty cans and loose change. This will distract nesters and deter them if I get cornered. And of course, I never left for a vacation without my n64.
Yo.
I'm gonna bring GoldenEye, Mario Kart.
He better have Mario 64.
Smash. Also gonna bring some VHS tapes and some other movies.
Actually, Mario, realistically, you'd probably get tired of Mario 64 because it's a linear game. Kinda. I mean, there's a limited amount of stuff you can do. Well, Mario Kart, you can just repeatedly going around in circles. It's a game that's built differently, but yeah, he better have Mario 64.
It's a beautiful day. I'm really happy. I think I've made it through the harshest of the winter. I've had this N64 for 20 years now. It's one of the oldest things that I own. Dates all the way back to when I was 9 years old. Wow. I remember I changed schools that year because the previous
Stick drift would be impossible to fix.
school's curriculum was moving too fast, and I was diagnosed with a learning disability. They put me on these weird meds that were meant to help me focus, but all they really did was take away my appetite and dehydrate me. I was the new kid, so I was bullied a lot at this new school. It was literally a 1.5 year period where I had no friends, I was malnourished, and I was bullied. And to be honest, I think my parents thought I was making it all up. So I didn't feel safe at home. I didn't feel safe at school, which are the two places a kid spends most of their time. So I never felt safe. I used to fake being sick all the time because I was terrified to go to school. I'd make fake throw up, try and convince my parents I was sick. I remember one day I tried adding mouthwash because I thought it would give the throw up an off color. My dad took one whiff, smelled the mouthwash, and he knew it was fake. I was going to school. I remember kicking and screaming, and I'll never forget One day it snowed really bad, and both me and my brother got a snow day. I was so excited. My brother and I got up really early. We made 007 movies in the snow with the family camcorder. We'd fight over who was going to play James Bond and who was going to play the villain. And we played on this n64 all day. Nothing has ever come close to the relief that I felt that day. No school, no bullies, no adults, no lying my way into staying home. Just me and my brother in a warm basement, snow falling outside, playing this n64. With the dread of the day ending stalking me constantly. I was reluctant to go outside that day. The radio kept insisting something was out there and I didn't want to think about it. I've seen it in the woods behind my house. Doesn't look like the other nesters. I watched it slip past one of my traps like it understood it. I don't know if it's seen me, but if it has, I can't shake the feeling that I won't be okay. All I know is it's out there. One.
Was that part of the
I don't know if it's seen me, but if it has, I can't shake the feeling that I won't be okay.
Okay, yeah, that is part of the tree. It does look kind of different. Like, oddly. It's unsettling for... I think the lack of details is making it unsettling. If that makes sense.
All I know is it's out there. Wandering.
It's not specifically scary, but it's just less. It's just less than something that would make sense, if that makes sense.
Look at this Reddleberry cabbage patch. You can make a salad with this summer. It's delicious, super crunchy. There's gonna be no shortage of Reddleberry cabbage. It grows all summer. So this is the stream I'm following. It doesn't look like it now, but the stream will turn into a river, and then that river leads out into the ocean. There are some other maps that are left behind. I see them chiseled on trees, things like that, but it could very well be a nester, a mid-stage nester, just trying to lure you.
Mid-stage? Mid-stage. You're talking about nesters like they're zombies at this point, if you're saying mid-stage.
Someplace very dangerous.
Unless it's mid-stage, as in it's like the middle of the stages that they're trying to hunt people. Which, maybe.
I had already made it miles from Big House.
That is something. Oh, that is a lot closer than what I thought. Jesus.
I had already made it miles from Big House. I just needed to clear past the pit by sundown. And then the next stop was my vacation zone. The pit.
I should have probably said something about how it looks. Its eyes kind of look hollow. Like it's supposed to be like eyes of an empty skull, if that makes sense. I keep saying if that makes sense. I should immediately stop trying to make that a vocal tick.
There's a natural depression in the earth, also known as a basin. Steep inclines on all sides. Nesters fall into it and can't get out. So it's basically a big pit full of hundreds of nesters. It's hard to see at night, so I needed to make sure I cleared it during the day. Along the way, I decided to make a few pit stops.
A pit of nesters being a natural occurring thing is terrifying.
First, the market.
Depending on how they would attack, they might try to pull you apart or bite you. I'm thinking of it like as zombies, because like, no, I'm just thinking of nesters like zombies because of the mid-stage comment, even though there is obviously multiple meanings to mid-stage, it's just, yeah, I'm thinking about them as like turned humans. They look human, but they're not, or something like that, I think. Like a more hostile version of the still lifes from the back rooms, from Kane Pixel's back rooms. It might be like that, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know packaged food, like, with crinkly packaging, would be pretty much impossible not to grab. But, like, soda cans, I would, I would not, I would get as few things that makes noise as I can. But that might be my brain going too into it. But there are soda bottles. And it's not like you're gonna share them at all. So you might as well just grab like full soda bottles instead of cans. Until you're at a point of like staying in a place for storage reasons, then you would get cans, but like, yeah. And if you're thinking like, oh, you probably grab cans for going exploring, water bottles would be more of a good choice for that. And there are also smaller soda bottles. There's not only like 2-liter bottles, there's also like the smaller ones. And I think they hold more soda than a can, anyways, too.
The second stop was less about necessity and more about fulfilling a dream I'd carried with me since childhood. It was all mine.
Sweet. Oh, baby.
Entertainment is a good thing, but I'd be very careful with instruments. I mean, you're gonna get bored anyway, but like, you're in a time where you have access to a bunch of game consoles, a bunch of unopened games in like stores that nobody else is gonna take, and headphones. So, yeah, probably be safer to become a video gamer. And then there's also movies, too. A bunch of... Even if the movies are not too interesting, there's still a bunch of them that are in, like, the $1 bin. Yeah.
Pretty nice. I think I'm gonna take this one.
It was getting late, so I needed to make some serious headway. I knew I was getting closer because the trees got fewer and farther between. Eventually, I saw the water in the town I once knew. I wasted no time. I ran straight for the ocean. God, this is so beautiful. That is where I'll be staying tonight. After letting the ocean drown out my thoughts for a while, I headed into town. When we were kids, we'd spend mornings running through these alleys before grabbing stacks of pancakes at King's Cottage. Later, I'd meet my grandpa at a little corner store where he'd sip coffee while I drank cold orange soda. The memories were all rushing back to me. By the time I made it to our hotel, it was getting dark. I needed to make sure the hotel was empty.
Yeah, he was just being dumb on this one. I mean, there's probably a bunch of single areas there that would be easier to make sure it's safe. But then again, hotel doors do have magnet locks, at least nowadays. I'm not sure when this takes place in, but I don't think I don't think it would be before magnetic locks would become standard. Not magnetic locks, card locks. I'm stupid. I am really stupid for saying magnet. Well, they are magnets, but they're not locked to magnetic. I just misspoke. The cards work based on magnets.
Luckily, hotels have kind of a built-in security system. Endless rooms. There's over 100 rooms in this place. Even if a nester did wander in, it would know where to look or how to find me. The chances of it stumbling upon this room are slim, so for now, I feel safe.
Okay, so he opened that door without a key. Great. That's wonderful. Even if it's 100 rooms, by that logic, each house should be really, really safe. Because there's a bunch of houses in rows and, like, no. You're just lying to yourself a little bit. And it's not that hard to get lost in a hotel, even if you couldn't read. You could just... It's just... I don't know. It's being a little dumb. With safety from, like, weird creatures that might be as intelligent as humans. Some of them may be being dumber. Some of them may be being way smarter. I'm not fully sure. Oh, and Nestor doesn't know where to find me. Plays guitar aggressively. Sorry. Oh.
All right, I think we're safe.
Oh, it doesn't know where to find me. Oh, and Nestor doesn't know where to find me. Plays mixtape.
Alright, let me show you the setup. We got GoldenEye up right now on the TV. Great game. 006 is a lying, stealing bastard. Don't believe it.
He has headphones around his neck right now. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my. Cool setup, bro, but you may not wanna not play that music in an echoey bathroom next to the door.
Word he says.
We got Mario Kart.
Yes!
Mario Kart is fun, but the sound, this is killing me. Oh my god, the sound.
We got Smash Bros.
This hand used to freak me out so much.
You got The World Is Not Enough, underrated, I think. Got a little Fanta right here, pineapple, the best. Got Fruity Pebbles, bunch of other snacks over here, and a few of my favorite movies that I brought from home. Doing pretty good. I've already crushed a few different sodas. Yeah, I'm eating my weight in sugar tonight.
Cheers. Man, this is exactly what I needed. I was so pent up at Big House. I just needed to get free and get out, just to enjoy myself. It's amazing what laughter and playing can do for the soul. Doing things without a purpose, just to enjoy the feeling of doing something. Something that needs no.
The door in the back is slightly open. Did he open the door? Is there something in that door? The door in the back is slightly open. Why?
Right outcome. It calms the inner world to do that. I remember I used to get home from work and I'd sit on my sofa, binge a show, get some takeout, and by the end of the night, I just felt more tired. It wasn't rest. I needed playfulness, laughter. All the things I lost over the years.
Damn.
Watching a movie before bed, but...
Oh, I was confused for a second. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's just a movie. Okay. So wait, some tapes do work, but the ones in his house didn't. I wonder why.
Watching a movie before bed, but... my eyes are getting heavy, so I think I'm gonna hit the hay. Tomorrow should be fun. I'm gonna explore the town some. Hit the boardwalk. I'm glad to be here. It was a good night. Anyway, good night. Voila. This breakfast is perfect if I do say so myself. I love making like a bacon and egg sandwich. Some of the egg, throw some bacon on, piece of toast on top.
Okay. Something is up with the food. Cause like that scrambled eggs. Unless there's chickens near there, which there might be. I don't think there are. And that's also bacon. Those wouldn't still be good. Something is up with the food.
Got some crispy potatoes. Bacon. The coffee tastes phenomenal. I know it sounds crazy, but
Well-aged coffee.
tastes infused with like mocha and cherries. It's nice to have a whole hotel kitchen to yourself. Cook up a nice breakfast. There is one nester outside that I can see.
He seems dormant and sort of lost, so I'm not too worried about him. I don't think it's noticed me. Reminds me a lot of the room we stayed in when we were kids. You know, we had the 2 beds. Parents slept in this bed, and then all my brother and my sister jam-packed into this bed over here. Fortunately, we had to stop coming to this hotel because it got so expensive, you know. When we were growing up, it was affordable for my parents to take me, my brothers and sisters, on a vacation here for like a week, but a couple celebrities stayed here, and the prices went way up, and we just couldn't afford it anymore, so luckily, there's no bill. I'm a full man. I'm gonna get ready. Hit the town.
I think this video is focusing more on the lonely aspect rather than the nesters and lore. Which, fair enough, it kind of switches between one and the other each video. I kind of want to explain that what I mean by that is there's a video that kind of holds more facts about nesters, and then there's also a video that kind of is more focused on the lonely aspect. Like the one where he was gunning down nesters, there was a little more information about nesters in that one. And in this one, so far it seems like there was like a fact that a nester was acting weird, and then the rest of it is gonna be him being alone in this area. It's not like exclusively that for each video, but it's like majority of the videos like that, if that makes sense. Also, he is really good at singing.
Now we're strangers again, just like we were on East Hampton.
This nester has been sort of lurking and inconveniencing my path. I don't think it's seen me, but I'm gonna use a noisemaker to draw some attention.
That nester looks
Inconveniencing my path.
I'm trying to get a good look at it. Something's up with its pen. Is its face more skull-like, or am I crazy? I think its face is more skull-like, but I might be crazy. Chug the whole soda right then and there after making a loud hiss. Yeah, that would have the same effectiveness as just throwing the soda can. I'm not gonna lie. It might be even more effective if the can explodes. Also run away, not sneak away. Which might be more effective. I'm not fully sure on how fast nesters are, but I think some of them can sprint based on like an earlier video.
This is the emptiest I've ever seen this boardwalk. So I'm just sitting here for a moment.
This is bringing back a lot of memories for me, but as expected, this place is completely deserted. Aside from a few nesters here and there, most of them caught a few on the boardwalk. I don't know, I'm feeling bittersweet right now. You know, a sadness and a bit of a joy and nostalgia. So when I was a kid on vacation, my parents would always take us to this candy store and give us a $5 spending limit. I snuck into that candy store and grabbed one of my favorite candies, saltwater taffy.
Nice.
It's a little hard, but other than that, it's just like I remember.
I think I've tried taffy before, but I don't know if I tried saltwater taffy specifically. Unless taffy is just saltwater taffy. I don't know.
You know, I was always embarrassed to admit it to people, but I really do feel stuck. Stuck in the past. It's not like I was Mr. Popular in high school. It's not like a peaking too early thing, but I just miss it. I miss having no responsibility, freeze-dried hopes and dreams that I could enjoy the wonder of without the scary journey it takes to actually get there. I felt so sure of what I wanted back then. I walked around like I already had it. Like it was gonna be easy. Like the world was mine. I remember the first moment that evaporated, and everything was replaced with fear, worry. It was the very last day of high school. I'd stayed late. And when I came outside, The parking lot was completely empty. All my classmates' cars were gone. I wondered where all my friends were, you know. Up until then, I always knew. I could knock on the door of the house, and there they were. If not there, maybe the chains behind the school smoking pot. Maybe the dugout. I could always, with some degree of certainty, know where they were. But when the summer ends and we all go off to college and move away, I won't know where they are anymore. What they're doing, who they're with. Their lives will expand past this 2-mile radius. Things will be different. I remember walking around the empty parking lot that day. It felt like a cavern opened up in my chest. And a loneliness that had been waiting for years to prey on me got loose. From that moment on, I felt desperate for my friends. I felt desperate for life to stay the same. I used to dig my fingers into the earth as if I could stop it from turning. I would hear my friends speak of those younger years as if they were a prison. You know, I'd laugh and I'd agree because I was embarrassed. Embarrassed I felt differently. Embarrassed that I couldn't move on. I was embarrassed that I missed them so much. Felt weak to miss.
I've noticed that his voice kind of started to go a little weird on some parts. He might be turning into a nester. I know it's like a little bit of information that I'm going off it of, but he might be turning into a nester, maybe. Maybe. If I called it, I will be so happy.
Whoever had the least amount of feelings had the most amount of respect.
It also might be just a thing that this type of camera does. Stop. I'm not. I am. And I could check, but like... I'd like to give some mystery to it.
I wanted to shake my friends and say, did it mean nothing to you? Are you not terrified of where we're going? Of what'll happen to our friendship? Their disdain for our coming of age felt like a spit in the face. It took me years to move on, and honestly, I don't think I ever truly will grieve the loss of that time. Maybe I'm not supposed to. Maybe everybody's meant to have their empty parking lot. But
And then I heard it.
Well,
do you hear that?
A siren began sounding in the distance.
hell are the nesters doing?
I don't know what that sound was. I haven't heard anything of that magnitude ever.
I went to search the beach. Maybe it was just an emergency siren malfunctioning, or maybe it was someone trying to reach me. I found nothing except I saw a nester. It stopped wandering once it saw me and went dormant, swaying, peaceful. Part of me felt jealous of its tranquility.
Why? Why go under there?
On the way back to town, I decided to distract myself and stop at the old movie theater, just like we used to.
Oh, there are definitely nesters hiding in there. Big dark rooms. If the nesters usually come out at night, then yeah, there's gonna be a nester. Um, the big siren. This is just very, very early speculation, but there are three things that siren could be. A nester somehow sending radio waves to, like, a big, so like one of those sirens, because there are some, like, tornado sirens that can play other audio for, like, very specific emergencies. And yeah, that's kind of all I had to say on the. It could be a nester sending radio waves to his siren. It could be a mother nester, which I doubt, but it could be. And then it could be a human doing that to try to attract other humans. Because, like, it's a really loud noise that's gonna echo off basically the atmosphere and a lot of the buildings too, which for a nester would be confusing as hell, but for humans they might try to find the source if it happens often enough. And then I just thought of a fourth one. Because the nester was acting peacefully and went dormant, it could be a nester pacifier. Like, it pacifies them. That's four things instead of three, because I thought of one while talking, but yeah. And the nester pacifier would either, be like another creature, or it would just be humans that exist somehow. But I doubt it's more humans.
Alright, I just checked the theater and it's empty, so I think I'm gonna check the projector room and see if I can turn this movie on.
I tried to focus on the movie, but all I could think about was...
Honestly, if you were willing enough to clear out the nesters, a movie theater does keep a lot of noise inside itself. So it wouldn't be a bad place to stay.
the siren.
Another thing the siren could be, it could attract humans to turn them into nesters. And that's why most, if not all, the rest of the people are nesters, if that is true. I don't think that, but it could be. Bro's out later.
When I got back to town, I felt restless, so I took a stroll.
What are you doing out this late again? Stop being out this
As the day
late.
came to a close,
Steal an Xbox One and a copy of Minecraft and take a stroll in Minecraft.
I felt sadness. The same sadness I used to feel at the end of a summer,
Jesus.
knowing another year was coming and a new monster was on the way.
A new monster's on the way? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? And it's not getting explained. God damn it. You know, at least he was trying, which either out of desperation or pretty much just desperation for him. But it is a good thing to try to call people if this does happen. Which, yeah, probably wouldn't work, but would be a good idea. If this does happen, he says. If this does happen, I say that like it could happen to anybody. I'm gonna go take a break for a second. That's why there's a cut here.
There it is again. Where is that coming from?
Huh.
Okay, alright. I'm making an executive decision here. I gotta go look for it.
Not
I know it's nighttime. I don't care. I can't...
It's the same thing as the fucking ice cream store. It's the same thing as the fucking ice cream store. God damn it.
risk missing this again. I mean, I don't know if that's a broken siren or if it's, you know, someone trying to make contact. Unfortunately, I had left my radio on the night before and I realized too late that the batteries had died, so I couldn't track anything with it. I heard it coming from the beach.
Okay, that was deliberately put there. So it was other humans. How loud he claimed it was versus what it actually is way different, though. Unless there's just multiple of them blasting the same noise. Just goes into the sand. Yeah, this was a bad idea. Also, you had a gun. There were already nesters near there. Oh no. Okay, so that was deliberately placed there. If it was the universe itself, it might have been the universe itself. It does seem to do weird shit with items sometimes, but like, come on, what the hell? But like the siren seemed more purposeful to like what a human would do, or at least something that was trying to get away from the nesters and was smart enough to. So I don't know, maybe there's another third species going on here other than the nesters and whatever Mr. Whiteout is. Anyways, but yeah, it's just so it's just, how much left is in this? 5 minutes, okay. So it's ending near here. Power doesn't work, that's concerning. Okay, someone absolutely went through his stuff. Someone or something. I was about to say check under the bed, but actually, hotel beds usually do not have undersides for that specific reason. For things being able to get under them. Because, like, imagine if someone's dog was under the bed and, like, nobody knew, and then like the cleaners didn't know and started cleaning, and then the dog like bit them or something or attacked them. Or same thing with the human. Imagine if someone's human was under the bed. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. So it's deemed safe. Good thing I have a flashing lights warning on my content. What? Hold on. The fuck is that? Okay, it looks like the nester. I think it is because it's bald. The nester that was outside earlier, but like... Did you lock the door? I thought you did, but I guess you did not. Okay. Oh god. Oh jeez. I was not expecting that. I thought he was gonna, like, run for the gun or something, but he just punched it. Damn. I thought he was getting killed, but the nester was. And it was just like... So they're not, like, superhuman or anything. Or... Well, they're obviously supernatural, but they're not, like, they don't have super durability or anything like that. Well, they might not even be that durable if they're, like... if they, like, have similar durability to humans. I mean, obviously they're not too durable if they die to breaking a mirror and fighting the pieces, but like, damn, that was like, I was not expecting that, but damn. Oh, that sucks, actually.
I decided to end my vacation early. Head back to Big House.
Yeah, that seems like the smart decision.
More will be coming.
Sorry, I should have paused to say that.
Head back to Big House. More will be coming.
fell to a fallen board.
Hey team, Archivist here. Thank you for watching these logs. Currently speaking to you from an upstate New York dig site where we just uncovered a new batch of tapes, so more stuff coming. But before I go, I want to extend a special thank you to our patrons who support the archives and help us continue this work. If you are also interested in supporting and seeing unreleased footage, in-process logs, and assisting me in deciding which footage gets released next, please see the link below. Every support that we get helps us keep the archives going so we can continue our work. So thank you so much and stay vigilant.
God damn. That was kind of hardcore. Even for, like, the loneliest man in the world with creatures that want to kill him. Jesus. This recording's kind of running a bit long, but I feel like I should put the next one in here since it's only like 10 minutes. And yeah, I'm deciding it. I'm running this YouTube channel. I decide these things. So, yeah, this is not the end of the recording. I'll watch the next one. I just need, like, a minute to process that, because, like, the damn, just damn, just damn, he killed one with an n64. Oh my goodness, that, damn. Okay, I'm back after a little bit of a break because god damn. He beat up a nester with a fucking N64. And, yeah. Anyways, we should probably start it.
Well, it's been a while since I've seen anybody.
Audio glitching a little bit sometimes just happens.
Hello. Well,
hello.
It's been a while since I've seen anybody out there. But today I have a full day ahead of me. First, I'm heading to the market to pick up ingredients for lunch. I'm making creamy coconut lime soup and a crispy chicken salad today. Feels like the perfect meal for this time of year.
Something is up with the food. It's like, yeah, something is just up with the food. The food's immortal now, I guess. I mean, if the food does stay good for whatever reason, then might as well use it, but like,
Here, light enough for the warm weather, but still comforting. Wears the suit of summer, but it's got the heart of fall. After that, I'll be starting work on a new mode of transportation. Everything happening outside has made me appreciate just how much noise matters. So, I need something that can move quickly, quietly, and still offer some level of protection. Finally, I'll be spending some time in the communications room, listening for nester calls. Lately, I've been trying to build a catalog of different nester behaviors. Every call I hear gets logged and labeled. If I can learn to recognize their sound, I'm trying to build a catalog of different nester behaviors.
Ooh. This is probably just like some weird light reflecting thing, but it kind of looks like it's got tears. Also, it's bald.
Logged and labeled. If I can learn to recognize their sound, maybe I can start identifying which ones are more dangerous than others.
I think it's just like a bald person playing some of the nesters that are more active. Or like most of them. Sorry if that's like rude of me pointing it out, but like, it could be the same nester. It probably isn't, but it could be.
But first, I'm cutting through this graveyard. It's gonna spit us out at the market. We're gonna get some ingredients.
The kill bike. Like a downgraded version of the Kiltozer?
Yeah, nice try.
What? Oh, I think that's a guy. Like right there.
Nice try.
Oh no, that's you right there. That's just sunlight reflection. I got confused because of the shiny bald head. Oh my. So I did not guess where the nester was, even though it's pretty obvious. But oh damn. Oh, I feel mean for pointing out the baldness again, but like maybe it's like most nesters are bald, because there was definitely one with hair, but like, or a few with hair, but like most of them's, or they're like aging rapidly or rotting or in some way, and their hair is just falling out. All the nesters got chemotherapy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, let's just continue. Actually, they might produce radiation, which might make their hair fall out. I know that's probably not like what's happening, and it's just a bald guy playing most of the nesters for a bit, but like, it could be.
I think I used to come here with my brother and his friends. We'd sneak all the leftover scotch from my family's Thanksgiving party, stuff it in his backpack, and run through the forest as if our parents were chasing after us, but they never even noticed it was missing. We'd all hang here. At the bone pillars, as we would call it.
The bone pillars.
Some other people, I think, would hang over by the mausoleum. Let's check it out. Yeah. I think it's in there. Yeah, you really gotta watch out around corners.
Yeah, that's probably just the same nester.
Okay, that's Roland's Point. I think that means the forest trail should be right over here. Alright, let's see. So, that's town. Way out there. That's where we're headed.
Nice.
I get this
Town
feeling
not
that
too far away.
Mr. Whiteout is out there somewhere today. Just don't know where.
Oh,
I want to see
maybe
what this is.
he could be seen. Wait! Another Mr. Whiteout mention. We didn't hear about him for a while. Other than, like, some visual things, but this guy didn't talk about him for a while. I'm glad that he talked about him, because, like, yeah, Mr. Whiteout is a thing, a character that that appears. Yeah, it's a character that appears. Great description.
Alright, let's just check this out.
I think it's just background music, but it could be like another siren thing going off. Oh, a car.
I don't know.
Next time, check the back seat. Okay, I think that's supposed to be a different Nestor. Also, weird voices kind of came on when it peeked its head past, but eh. I think this is supposed to be a different Nestor, but it's also bald. It looks a little different from the one before. But it might be just the same one. Something that is a little weird is that the head was directly 90 degrees. That's definitely not how people look around corners usually. But yeah. Yeah. And so, like, I don't know how it did that. It might be able to climb on the side of walls. I don't know. It might have actually climbed on the side of the walls if it's, like, brick or something, because... And, like, the brick has, like... is not fully... filled in. Or there's, like, some sort of holes in it, in the structure. It could have climbed on the side. Maybe... I wouldn't be surprised if Nestors could climb kinda more easily than humans. Because, like, they're walking around, they're getting more exercise than humans, and if they're, like, mostly based off humans and human capabilities, if they're getting, like, decent exercise from, like, eggs doing their walking paths and all that stuff, and getting stuck in holes all the time, they can probably be good climbers. Weird thumbs up time, but okay.
I haven't had a chance to make this in a while. This soup is one of those recipes that...
Like, I know you can't just unstock a store for, like, a YouTube video. But, like, it wouldn't be that hard to just show him building a garden. So, like, I feel like there is something weird going on with the food.
surprisingly simple once you get everything together. Coconut milk, mushrooms, lime, ginger. Few ingredients that somehow turn into something much bigger. And the crispy chicken salad with ginger dressing helps balance it out.
mummified chicken.
Nice to spend the day worrying about lunch rather than survival. I just got back from a rough trip, so I need a chill day.
Flashing lights. How fun.
Alright, let's start by prepping our ingredients. We'll start with the soup, our chicken, and finally our salad dressing. We'll need shallots,
I kinda have an idea. Like, it's not the best idea in the world, but, like, it would be YouTube Shorts horror cooking. Like, I would cook recipes in horror things like horror games and, analog horror and, like, that stuff that I play and watch. And, like, it's common enough that it would be possible, but it would be like I would have to directly choose some that do have cooking in it, which, yeah, it's not impossible, but like it would be a little harder without like either spoiling it for myself or choosing a thing based on cooking. But it would be possible, and I might do it after I like play a few games and watch a few analog horrors with cooking in them.
garlic, ginger, lemongrass, mushrooms, brown sugar, coconut oil, red curry paste, fish sauce. Okay, now let's go to our chicken. Let's fillet it, tenderize it, couple eggs, sesame oil, let's dip our chicken, dip it in some salted flour, breadcrumbs, teriyaki seasoning, dip the chicken, and let's move on to our salad dressing. Ginger paste, rice vinegar, soy sauce.
Like, this would be split into two recipes if I did that. As an example, I'm not 100% sure I will do horror, analog horror, and video game horror recipe based YouTube shorts, but like it would just be an animated version of me. Wait. It would be a more animated version of me making the recipes instead of me actually buying the ingredients too, because like, yeah, I'm poor. I mean, and I also don't really want to record myself visually at all. So I probably actually would make the recipes to see if it's like worth it to post them too. Because like recipes are different than the actual analog horror content, and sometimes the recipes are good. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the recipes are really good. I would probably make the recipes and then make an animated version of them. Anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say. Self maybe promoting.
Honey, olive oil, mix that up. We'll also need some coconut milk and some low sodium chicken stock for our soup, but I'll show you that when we put it together.
Okay, now that we have the ingredients prepped, it's time to actually start cooking. So I'm gonna put this on medium heat. I'm gonna heat the coconut oil. I'm gonna add the shallots, garlic, ginger, and the lemongrass. And we're gonna saute these for 2 to 3 minutes.
I did unpause OBS recording, right? Okay, yeah, it is recording. Okay. I was worried for a second.
Another test for when it's finished is it starts to become very aromatic. I love how spices can just come together to create something more powerful than the sum of their parts. Okay, we're gonna add the red curry paste and let it sit for 1 minute. Again, this is a great soup for the winter time, but it's also really, really great for summer because it's extremely light, but it also gives you the warmth that you would get from a fall soup. Okay, so we're gonna add the mushrooms now. And we're gonna let them saute for around 2-3 minutes. It's a nester out in the back garden. It's a bit of a peak time for nesters to pop out of the forest. Oftentimes I find around noon and then around 5:30, 6, they'll start emerging. So it's a good time to be inside making lunch or dinner. I'm not a huge mushroom guy, but in this soup, they're delicious.
I want to say that it's not always, but it seems like that the audio glitches when he's being a little more negative. I could be totally wrong, but like, it is a little weird.
It's really great. Once you saute them in all the different spices, really changed my mind about mushrooms. All right, that's perfect. So now we need 3 cups of reduced sodium chicken stock. Whoop. A little extra's okay. Now we're gonna add our coconut milk. Let's give it a stir. Oh yeah, there's that color. Super creamy, rich with flavor. Now we're gonna add our brown sugar. Stuck in there. It's a little humid today. There we go. Fish sauce. And our lime juice. Oh. That is incredible. I cannot believe how these flavors just come together. I don't even feel like I'm capable of making something this good, but every time I follow the recipe, I do it.
I doubt I would like this soup, but I would get second opinions. Yeah, that's it.
Now,
that's all I was going to say.
This is perfect. You can add salt to taste. That's where you kind of get to be creative. But honestly, if I just stick to the recipe, it always comes out perfect. I'm gonna let this simmer for a little while so
I don't have anything else to say.
those mushrooms can cook, saute.
All right, I think this is ready to go. Let's move on to our chicken. Okay, I'm gonna fill this pan up with plenty of oil. Now the temperature depends upon the skillet. I'm gonna go to like a medium-high heat. Now I'm gonna let that oil get nice and hot. While the oil's heating, I'm gonna sneak some more of this soup. I picked some of these flowers out in the forest. They're wild sunflowers. It's worth a try. All right, now you know the oil's ready when the chicken sizzles immediately upon being submerged. There we go. Now you usually know it's ready when both sides are golden brown. That also means it's crispy, which I like. Now I prepare chicken parm the same way, but it's different in overall flavor given the spices, the sesame oil, and the fact that we're using breadcrumbs rather than panko. It's a very important distinction between the two. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks incredible. That's what it looks like. Let's taste this. Spot on. Spot on.
I don't think this is gonna lead anywhere, and I think it was just an accidental thing that was left in. But there was a thump in the background. Well, like either well or after the chicken was
Mix.
cut.
Bit of our ginger honey dressing. Not too much. You don't want the lettuce to wilt. Toasted sesames. And there we are, our crispy chicken salad.
Well, I guess. Yeah, the chicken salad soup. Yeah, they would separate us. Never mind.
Here you are, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, let's dig in.
I honestly think that would be a more healthy way to handle the loneliness rather than yelling at the cereal box. Like, just doing silly little actions like that.
Oh, my God. This is incredible. The ginger, the garlic, the shallots, the mushrooms.
Lamp on the floor would be something that someone who knows that no one else is going to show up would do.
Let's try some of this. Get some of this mushroom. This is a blueberry soda. It's simple, it's just made from blueberry concentrate and some seltzer. Oh my God. That's very refreshing. I decided to make an effort today. The table and the flowers. Why not? I learned to make this a while back. I was in deep sadness at the time. I could barely get up. Someone suggested I start learning to cook, just to get me into action. This is one of the first dishes that I ever learned to make. I was in such a slump that I didn't even know what I liked eating besides junk food. When I finally stopped to ask myself, what do I like to eat? My mind went blank. I literally had to remind myself what I like to eat. I knew I liked crispy chicken. I knew I liked flavorful, calming soups, so I made this. But I didn't stop with recipes. I had to learn what I even liked to do. I spent so much time worrying and maintaining that I forgot what I like to do. So I actually made a list. It was pretty telling how hard it was to make a list of things I like to do for fun, but actually, I still keep the list with me. Let's see. Going to the zoo, going to botanical gardens, going to comedy clubs. I love a well-made photography book. I like to go
Okay, maybe I was wrong about the audio glitching.
to cafes, get a croissant and a coffee. I like going to the ocean. I like going to the movies. It's important to remind.
Although some of the first things on the list, some of the first things on the list, some of the first things on the list were like more social things. So it could have made him sadder for a bit. I don't know, I'm kind of reaching here.
Remind myself what I like, you know, especially when the world around me is constantly trying to get me to forget. So. I've been thinking lately, I need a better way to get around. Traveling on foot is just becoming too dangerous. Most of the time I cut through forests whenever I can. There are nesters in the woods, sure, but nowhere near as many as there are on the roads. The streets have become bottlenecks, just too exposed. Still, sooner or later I have to use them, so I've been thinking. I considered a go-kart. Then I thought about one of those electric kids go-karts, but I think I'm too heavy. And then it hit me, a bicycle. It's quiet, it's compact, it's fast enough, and if something goes wrong, I can ditch it and just disappear into the woods. The only problem is that I need some modifications. I can't just be riding around out there completely defenseless. So I've been sketching out some ideas. I know I need 3 things: camouflage, a weapon, and a deterrent. So I'm gonna cut and let you see what I'm working on here. Okay, so let's say this is the bike. Now first, camouflage. Mirrors seem to confuse them. I tried that trap over the winter. Still not entirely sure why. Whatever the reason, it worked. Now for a weapon. Guns. Those incapacitate them. And finally, a deterrent. Sound is my best bet here. Okay. So, maybe I cover part of the bike with mirrors. The frame, the sides, anything that reflects the world back at them. Now for my weapon. I could carry a firearm, or maybe mount one to the front of the bike somehow. Add a laser pointer for accuracy. If I can find a noise suppressor for the barrel, even better. For the deterrent, everything I've observed suggests that sound affects them. So, maybe I build some kind of release system on the back of the bike. Storage bucket filled with remote sound bombs. Hit a trigger on the handlebars, drop one behind me, keep moving.
Okay, I'm definitely wrong about the audio glitching thing.
If I'm being
It's just random.
chased, that might buy me enough time to escape. I could call it the kill bike. Anyway, I'm gonna start working on that over the next couple of months.
Honestly, not the worst idea. Other than they ran into the mirrors. They attacked the mirrors. That's like the one flaw I can think of with this. They attacked the mirrors, which it is a pretty big flaw, honestly. Like, it's kind of a big flaw. Huh?
So I'm here in my communications room. It's probably the safest room in the house. It's underground, soundproof. It doesn't have any windows, so I can keep the lights on at night, make as much noise as I want. There's also a solid door with a deadbolt lock from the inside, so that separates me from the rest of the house. If I ever feel uneasy about anything, this is where I sleep. Tonight, I'm listening for Nestor signals on the radio. Whenever I hear something unusual, I record it, then I log it. Patterns, frequencies, sounds, anything I can use to identify them. Most of it probably won't matter, but every once in a while you hear something new. I'm gonna see what's out there tonight, see if I can quiz myself on what Nestor it is. I have a few that frequent this area. Okay, so let's take a listen here.
CRT is their style.
Okay, this one's coming from way out there. I'm gonna use the radio car and oh, I forgot to even mention I built this. So my main antenna on the roof can listen in every direction it wants, which is great for general coverage. The problem is that when the signal is weak or far away, it can be hard to tell exactly where it's coming from. That's why I built a directional antenna. Think of it like the difference between a lantern and a flashlight. A lantern lights up everything around you, but a flashlight focuses all its light in one direction. My directional antenna works the same way. Lets me focus on a specific area, pick up weaker signals, and get a much better idea of where they're coming from. I mounted the directional antenna on a remote control car and added a small camera, allowing me to remotely drive and position the system from my communications room. This gives me the flexibility to move the antenna where it's needed and accurately pinpoint the source of the signal. I'm going to start it up. And we're off. Alright, we're picking up something. Alright, so we're headed west right now. Okay, there's the patio. Oh, there's the porch. Let's get out of here. Okay, yeah, this is probably coming from somewhere up in the mountains. These nesters usually live pretty far north. I spotted a few over the winter. They have a very distinctive appearance. This is what they sound like, but the strange thing is when you're standing right in front of one, it's completely silent. It looks like it's screaming, but you never hear a thing.
Ah, okay. And it's eyeless, interestingly. I noticed like some of them have eye holes and some of them have eyes and some of them are eyeless. It's also cupping its ears. It kind of looks like it's covering its ears, but no, its hands are curled a little bit, which it's cupping to probably hear what it's looking at. Or not what it's looking at, but listening for better. Like the lantern versus flashlight example. It's cupping its ears in a direction to hear that specific thing better. Which is kind of interesting. This much thought might have not been put into it, but it seems like it was. And it also goes silent to probably better hear what it's listening for.
Let's take a second, get to know this one. Alright, let's move on and see what else we can find. Ah, yes, this one. I know exactly where this is coming from. Betty's hardware shop in town. I can tell because the nester call is blending together with an old radio advertisement they play on a loop. Just hasn't shut off yet. This particular nester wears a gown and has chased me more than once. I really don't like it. That's all I have.
That was the same nester?
Shut off yet. This particular nester wears a gown and has chased.
This nester...
I really don't like it. That's all I have to say
that
on
nester can move
But
quite
anyway,
far.
let's give it a listen. Get to know it. Let me not forget to log the last two I heard. Alright, moving on. Let's see what else is out there.
Oh. That is something. It's waving at the camera.
This must be coming from the city. That's a
Yeah, great. Yeah, definitely the city.
mid-stage nester. Most of them live in...
Okay, thank God he looked at it.
Oh, shit.
Mid-stage nester.
That's a mid-stage nester. And it's right outside my house. Must have gotten turned around and wandered out here. If you ever hear one speaking actual words, I mean, that's bad. Real bad. Doesn't matter what it's saying. You hear a voice and you think, it's someone lost, it's someone looking for help. It isn't. I've seen them walk straight into homes, break windows. One even walked right past my trap once. This one's somewhere outside my house.
That is
I just pray it wanders off. Here, I'll give you a closer look.
looks like it's kind of torn in half.
Alright.
Call me? Oh, coming. Okay, it said coming, I think. Yeah, and it's also was waving and saying hello. That's terrifying.
Alright. I'm turning off all communications for the night. I'm sleeping down here. Shutting things down for the night. Like I said, when I feel a little uneasy, I sleep down here. So, I think this situation calls for it. I'm going to be spending the night down here, which makes me feel safe. Today was a good day, though. You know, after the last trip I had down south, I just needed a relaxing day.
It might... If it does this, then they are meant to hunt people, which is terrifying.
Get some food, chill out in the communications room, maybe do a little planning for the coming months. But tonight I'm gonna get a good night's rest, wake up tomorrow, hopefully that nester will be gone, have wandered off. Anyway, that's it. I'm signing off for the night.
Archivist here. Thank you for watching this log. We're continuing to restore and edit additional footage as more materials are uncovered. Being a private investigation, I want to extend a special thanks to our patrons who help sustain this archive. Welcome to all the new members. If you'd like to support this work, see unreleased footage, and help me determine what footage is released next in our subject story, you can find the link below. As always, stay vigilant.
Okay, so, okay, well, those two videos were examples of the difference between, a more loneliness video and a more lore video, or a more Nestor-focused video, or whatever I said. Because that was more because that one was more information on Nestors, and the one before was more emotions. So Nestors are just able to... So we got an answer on what mid-stage Nestors are. They're more city Nestors, I guess. More focused on trying to be friendly to get in. Which is a terrifying concept. Them waving hi to the car with a camera on it they may know that there's humans that use them. There may be other humans. And, like, it would be really hard to find another human if they're trying to hide from things that look like humans. Too. So, yeah. The siren may have been other humans. It seems like something that would distract Nestors at specific times. For, like, supply runs or something. The food getting restocked or not decaying is weird. And... hmm. The N64 breaking kinda does just suck, though, because, like, it would be pretty much really hard to get a new one because, like, because there's no eBay or no online stores, and, um, hmm. They're not just in stores. It would have been whatever console was the most popular would be in the stores. Like, it would be either the Wii U or Nintendo Switch that would be in the stores for him. Probably the Nintendo Switch, since it's been out for like a long time. Which honestly wouldn't be bad to grab one into a few games, but I don't remember if the Nintendo Switch needed internet to be set up or not. I don't think it did, but it might have. I don't remember. Well, because it was set up kind of a little bit ago. Um, But like you could grab like a console and some games. One of the consoles, some of the consoles in the store would probably work. But I get that's not the point of the N64 being broken. It's that it was a childhood thing, and like it mattered to him. Yeah, the siren on the beach though. The siren on the beach. That kind of debunked most things immediately after it was found, which honestly kind of a better thing to do if it's something really, really mysterious in content. But, not much about it was explained. It was just connected to a wire on the beach, and the wire kind of went into the sand. Which I already said, it could be for supply runs, it could be to, like, just to pacify nesters. Yeah, there's not too much to know about it. It could have been something that was left there by, like, a half-assed attempt to make... to put something out if the beach needs to be evacuated or something, and the nester just took over it. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell on what that was for. Yeah, that's kind of it. More nester information is always good. He's just still living in nothing in the not world or whatever. Because it is a split, because there's an archivist at the end talking about it. It is a split world of sorts. And they did find those tapes specifically in that, I think it was a lettuce patch under a tree, which was kind of weird. But yeah. Yeah, that's kind of it. I have to talk about it. It's lore heavy, but not like connections can be easily made yet. Anyways. Well, I mean, there's also that the tapes were hidden in multiple places, which is something to note. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you next time. I've been recording for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Bye.